Starting your own YouTube channel is 100% worth it, even if you're starting at absolute zero. We all start somewhere, right? I am under 200 subscribers here, but in this video, I will tell you why taking that leap could be one of the most rewarding decisions that you will ever make, regardless of how big you get. Now, people think only people with big accounts or large channels that hit 1 million subscribers or monetize are successful and worth it, but I am here to say there is so much more than hitting those big numbers. And by the end of this video, I think I'll convince you to just start. Now, before I get too far in, let me share my quick back history for those that don't know me. I am a full-time working mom to two boys that started YouTube on my main account, This Japanese American Life, during the pandemic because why not add more stuff to my plate, right? It was actually my creative outlet, so it was great. But this was my offshoot channel because I am a woman of many passions, and this was kind of the stuff that I was trying to niche down away from in the other channel because they always say niche down to be successful, right? I decided to clearly make this YouTube channel into a book YouTube a few months ago. And as of filming today, I am at 190 subscribers. So that's small, right? However, my book social media journey started a little before that with Book Talk in about October of 2023. And the catalyst for that was that I read ACOTAR, also known as or is Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, who is the queen of romanticy, thanks to a coworker who introduced it to me and said, "Hey, do you guys want to read this book with me? It has a ton of good reviews. I want to read it." And since my husband is more of a nonfiction guy and doesn't typically read romancy types of books, I got sucked into ACOTAR and wanted to talk about it with everyone. And so here I was trying to find people. And can you believe it? The people that I was going to read it with, there were about 8 of us that said, okay, we'll try it, the book. Only 3 of us finished, and I blasted through the audiobooks so much faster than everybody else, and I had to talk about it with people. I did not want to spoil it for my friends, and so here I was scouring the internet to see who I can talk to. Speaking of ACOTAR and SJM, I've become a book merch person as well. So it becomes talking points as I see people on the street as well. And they're like, hey, you read ACOTAR, Sarah J. Maas fan? So it's fun. But after ACOTAR, I started Fourth Wing and absolutely fell in love with reading fiction again because up until then I was a reader, but mostly nonfiction, mostly personal growth, mostly biographies, things of that nature. But fiction was hitting back hard again after ACOTAR and Fourth Wing. And just out of curiosity, who of you read and loved or DNF'd ACOTAR and Fourth Wing? I am just curious who is watching here and who I can connect to. And totally no judgment. This channel is a no judgment zone. If you leave comments with kindness, let's just debate everything, right? Any opinion matters. I have absolutely zero tolerance for bullying type of behavior or tearing down others just because you disagree on something. You should be seen, you should be heard. Just be kind is all I ask. So I'm just curious what all your thoughts were, because for me, ACOTAR started this door of opening into the fiction world, and Fourth Wing just opened the floodgates. I had theories, I had waiting for the next books, and it ends on cliffhangers. Each of the Empyrean series ends on cliffhangers. So here I was just immersed into the Empyrean series community. And this is why I don't do live shows. This is why I don't do things that I can't watch and binge the next thing. But here I am. I actually really like this waiting process and developing a community with the people that are waiting along with me. So that is really how I started on Book Talk. And I just kept going despite my busyness, despite my full-time job, despite my momming, which is also a full-time job, because I am still blown away by the book community and the love I feel from these people that I met, even though I have never met them in real life. I feel so cared for. I feel so seen. And I hope that is the same for you. And I want to build this community for others as well. Even with this small subscriber base or small group, you can absolutely build true book friends and community. There's tons of different places to engage, like there are Facebook groups, Book Talk, Bookstagram. And let me share with you some of the books that I have been gifted from generous book friends that I have made on the whole World Wide Web. So WWW, right? I know I grew up at a time where I was told, be careful of people you meet on the internet and talk to online. And I tell my kids that too. But seriously, y'all, book people are some of the most generous people I have met online. And can I share some of my book gifts that demonstrate my point? Okay, so here is the first one. Things we never got over. And the recommendations that people give, I love seeing them because everybody's different. Everybody has a different opinion, right? Like people rave about this book. And so I put it on my list. I put it on my Amazon wish list, which is how book fairies and things work. If you're curious about how book fairies are done, put a comment and maybe I need to make another video about it. And I'm curious if any of you have never been book faired or participated in this, because if there are enough people that have never been book faired, and I'm going to talk about my love for book fairing and sharing the love. But if you have not, put it in the comments, because if we get enough people that are new to book fairing and have never been faired, I think we need to change that. Okay. So just comment if you have never been book faired, or if you have, tell us what your thoughts are, how you felt, all of that, because I think it's one of the best feelings in the world to both receive. This was my first one. And I even have my note in here because I like to keep it with the book to remind me of just the love that I received and care and generosity as I'm going through it. And so this was my very first one. It says, Happy Holidays, Amy, from at Noribu Reads. And this is from Kimberly. And I absolutely loved it. And it took me way too long to get to this. There will be another video on this. And as I read through it with my live reactions to it, because I think I'm going to love it based on all the people said. Okay, that was a little long-winded in me talking about this, but it is a romance book. I'm not usually, or at least I wasn't a big romance book person, but I have gotten into all kinds of genres. Don't have the book with me because I let friends borrow it, but this is from Tiffany at Blue Healer Mama Book Talk. And she said, Amy, you are my first book fairy recipient. I had no clue how to, I can't read backwards through it, but actually, I had no clue how to do it, and your video helped me figure it out. Enjoy your gift. And she gave me the Megan Quinn He's Not My Type book. And then she sent me more of the Agitator series later. And I absolutely loved this series. If you're into hockey romances that are laugh out loud funny with male banter, just like romances, right? Check out the Megan Quinn Agitator books. And thank you so much, Tiffany. She just lit up my life with these. Love it, love it, love it. Another one. Here, I'm gonna go with this one. Jaden sent me this whole series, the Shadow and Bone series, which if you have not read, it is amazing. It is YA, so it is very low spice. So if you have kids that are starting to read fantasy kind of books, it is excellent. And there are tons of ones after this too in the Grishaverse. And so I've read two after this, which is the Six of Crows duology, and I need to get to the King of Scars. King of Scars. It's like two mega books sitting by my bed right now, but I need to get there. But my TBR bid list is so long, which is why even the gifts that I have been given, it took me a while to get to. But I love that there are also books that are given to me that I now feel like I really want to read, even though I probably wouldn't have picked them up first, like Butcher and Blackbird was another book that I never thought I would like, but it was all over Book Talk. It is about serial killer. It is spicy, right? So it is dark, trigger warnings galore. And so I would not have picked this for myself, but I put it on and people were raving about it. Someone bought it for me. And so I decided to read it and I surprisingly loved it. It's not for everyone, I don't think, but absolutely it is fantastic. And this was from Amanda and she just said, enjoy your book. I hope you love it, from Amanda. So just an outpouring of love, right, and care. And this was another book that I was given by a friend from um, Book Talk. She just had extra copies. And so she said, who wants one? And so she was just giving them away. And she was kind enough to send this to me. And I have not read this yet, but I do want to get here. But again, my TBR list is so long. Can anybody else relate? But I need to show you one of the best gifts that I have been given in the book world. And that came from my girl, Bree, who not only did she introduce me and gift me the Ravenhood series audiobooks, which if you have not read it, amazing. But she knew that I wanted to go get the Fourth Wing physical copies. And so she sent me both of these and more. I have a video on me unboxing that gift. So, oh my gosh, go check it out. It was amazing. Spoiler alert on that. But these are just two of things that she sent me and they're beautiful. I know they're the same book and people have copies of the same book. And I used to be like, why do you need that? I just listen to it on audiobook. Free is my favorite F word. So, I just get stuff from the library. But these, I just want to mark them up. I want to theorize. I want to take all my notes. And then they just have like super beautiful editions. So I get it now, people. I absolutely get it. There's the fairy loot boxes. There's all kinds of things where people have special editions and they're absolutely beautiful. So if I love the book, yeah, I I get why people get the multiple copies and physical and audio and Kindle and all the different versions. I apologize for judging you before, friends. For my kids to get showered by friends on Book Talk. And that was a whole different experience as well as a mom to see my kids loving books and receiving the love and people showering them. It was just beautiful. And so when I was able to shower Bree's kids and other people with this love of gift booking or book fairing, it was great. I absolutely love it. Some people don't have the opportunity to buy it from themselves, or it's different. Like I could buy it for myself, but when someone gives it to me, it's a whole different feeling. So, like I said, if you've never been book faired, put it in the comments and let's make something happen, friends. Because my goal here is to absolutely build a community where you feel seen, you feel heard, especially if you're a mom like me that feels more like yourself because you're finding time for you to read the things you love, not just the parenting books you need to read or the handbooks that you need to read or whatever things you have to do. But these are fun, right? Like no one is forcing you to read these things, but you just get lost in it and you love it. Yeah, if you're here for that, I see you, I hear you, and I am here for you. So if you're joining me here for the first time, can you just drop me a first time or just found you in the comments? Because I'd love to know. If you're enjoying this so far, I'd love to hear from you. If you're returning, I'm thrilled. I'd love to hear what made you subscribe in the first place. That is always fascinating to me, what got you here. And it also helps me improve in the future, right? To see what you all want to hear more of. Now, I'm not going to lie, running the second YouTube channel, and even one YouTube channel, is a lot of work, especially as a full-time working mom. As I mentioned, I kept debating, is this worth it? I need to focus down because I have so many interests. And yes, while prioritizing your time is important, I will share that running a channel helps me improve so many skills, as can you, on so many different things: video editing, brainstorming content, engaging with other people, learning from other people and other channels, and public speaking, speaking on a camera, right? That's what we're doing. And making things concise, making things presentable and fun. I just started and kept going with YouTube despite the busyness because it was my creative outlet, like I mentioned earlier. I'm doing it for me, and because I see so many of you commenting and saying that it is actually beneficial for you too. So thank you for all your comments and likes, and I am so, so glad it is helping. I love hearing from you, like I just mentioned. So keep going, please. And it's so weird that how many things that I didn't think were a big deal that I was posting, or I even debated posting because I kept messing up my words. Actually, those really connected with some of you out there. And that will go to show you that you might be thinking, who cares what I think? I guarantee someone out there does. So do not sell yourself short. You relate to someone out there. You just have to keep improving with every video, even if you feel like that first video sucks, and it will, and it's okay. They all do. You are not alone. Go watch my first video. Go watch like Mr. Beast's first video. Go watch those. Go watch videos of other booktubers or other YouTubers in general and keep improving little by little because that's what we all do. We learn from others, we learn from ourselves, and we keep getting better. People don't want perfect. People want to connect and learn, so show up as you because you have something to offer that is different from other people. I'm a working mom that loves audiobooks because hashtag mom life and audiobooks absolutely count as reading. I love libraries because hashtag frugal mom. I'm a finance person. I like my money in my wallet and not all over the bookstore. I love my bookstores, but just saying, I love my libraries even more. I love kid books because I have a book loving family. And I do love all genres. I know I'm back into the fiction binging. So if you're looking for a super perfect aesthetic filming room and picture perfect bookshelves and everything, yeah, that's not going to happen here. So I'm going to set that expectation right away. And I won't even have the book often to hold because I've either audiobooked it or I got it from the library and returned it by the time I record. Things happen, friends. So if all these things resonate with you, I am your gal, and I'd love for you to subscribe and have you along on this journey as I figure more things out. And I'd also love to hear your favorite reads so far this year because, of course, I need to keep adding to my TBR. I have a ton, but I do. I do, and it's just going to keep getting longer. I love all the recommendations. So drop me all the recommendations always. And not only does this help your skills, but it'll absolutely grow your confidence too, because I guarantee it gets easier and easier talking on camera or coming up with ideas. And spoiler alert, the ideas are everywhere. You just have to start seeing them that way and noting them down so you don't forget, because my mom brain forgets things a lot. But absolutely, your confidence will grow too. And with that, so will your community. I absolutely guarantee that. Your influence and impact isn't determined solely by subscriber count. So, can we just throw that out? In my eyes, if one person feels more seen and connected because of this channel, I am serving this world in a good way. I truly believe that everyone deserves to be heard and loved, and I love talking about books, whether we agree we like something or not. So please feel free to post your opinions. There are partnerships, there are collabs, there's affiliate income, there's so many different ways in how this can open up doors for you and the people that you meet and that you then partner with and all that kind of stuff. There's just so much waiting potential. So please, please, please don't just focus on that number of subscribers, that number of followers, which a lot of people tend to do. Do your content, be you, and the people will follow. So, yes, if you have ever thought about starting a YouTube channel or book talk or whatever platform you choose, I think you should just do it. It doesn't have to be beautifully edited stuff to start. Start with a quick short video, a bookish question, a funny thought. Just start somewhere. Normally, this is where I'd ask you to hit that subscribe button, but instead, I would love for you to just go take action. Go record that first video and be bold enough to post it, because how many times have you just overthought and said, oh, that's not good enough? And then you stop. Just start, friends. And if you do, I want you to come back and link it here so we can all support your journey too. And remember, we are stronger in community, friends. I am so, so glad that you are here, and I'll see you in the next video.